Okay, and hello, welcome back to another day of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And we're just pretty much going to get started from here. So, I'm still doing the exact same thing I was doing before, which is just trying to get my team levels up to that triple digit, because I've got these two real close, but still not there yet. Some of that is definitely last time. I got really unlucky with the dungeons, and I didn't get a single... I think I got one mystery house. Monster house. So... yeah, it was just not a good run of dungeons for that. So we're going to be going back in, doing more nonsense, and hoping that we can make some progress in that regard. So, just going to be clearing out my bag for the next dungeon, whichever that's going to be. Goggle specs would probably be good to start bringing to dungeons, but not yet. And in case you couldn't tell from all of the orbs that I have, I was in a water dungeon last time. Because water dungeons are where you go if you want to starve but get a lot of orbs. And yeah, I went in with too many apples, but in fairness, water dungeons. Also in fairness, water dungeons seem to suck no matter which game you're playing. Are you playing Zelda? Yeah, they suck. Are you playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? Yeah, they bad. I mean, the original game had Seafoam Island, and that was... It wasn't the worst puzzles, but it was still a water dungeon. Anyways, if I do Mount Far Away, I'm not going to be doing the whole 60 floors, that's for sure. So I'm also thinking may as well go to Wyvern, however you say it. Wyvern. You know what? Let's do that one. Wyvern Hill. And damn it, it's another escort mission. I also forgot how many floors it is immediately. But that's just how we're gonna live life, I guess. Oh, I hate this. You were standing right next to that. Why? So yeah, sometimes the auto is really bad. Like, I can't even be kind about it. Sometimes the auto is just really bad. Because I've said it before and I will say it again, the AI in this game is not good. The AI definitely needed more polish before they put it out for this game. So, like, if they make another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, there is a part of me that, like, again, I do want Explorers of the Sky put out on, like, remake or just re-release. you know, something. Because I want to play the story for that, but I will also admit that maybe if they started a new game from scratch, then they could work on a new AI for the system. And if given the choice between Explorers of the Sky first or a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game with a better AI, I would choose the better AI. Also, I just realized something I should have... Oh, hey, there's Rhydon. Oh, yeah, like... Okay, so I think this came up on a different stream, talking about how someone... I think it was Dazzle. Dazzle seems to think that a lot of the escort missions are always to the end of the dungeon, and it's like, that doesn't sound right. And like, this is an escort mission that is 3 floors. So, always is a bit of a stretch at the end of the day. Because sometimes the AI is okay, and sometimes it's real dumb. Just like... very, very dumb. Point in case, when you have an escort mission and you can't get the escort Pokemon near the target Pokemon in a reasonable manner. Okay, Trip Trap seems so weird. Like, I guess they make more sense in dungeons. I think that they would make more sense in dungeons, like, Magma Cavern. It's just money. Dazzle, me walking away was not a sign for you to come follow me, it was a sign for you to go pick that up while I try to make progress. Anyways. AIs. But yeah, given the choice between having... Given the choice between having a brand new game with an improved AI or a remake, or a beautiful remake of Explorers of the Sky, I would choose something with a better AI. Anyways, here's the thing. There's a lot of games that I would like to see a re-release for. And there are other games that I'd want to see a remake for. So games that I would like to see a re-release, just a straight re-release for, would be like the Game Boy titles that you can get for the NDS, but because, I mean, that eShop is going to go down, you're not going to be able to get the digital download soon. I would like to see that come to the Switch. Those I would like to see just a straight re-release for, like, generally speaking, just for red, blue, yellow, gold, silver. I mean, heck, throw in the original ruby, sapphire, and emerald. Yeah, like, just give me a straight re-release. Actually, out of all of them, why did I do that? Anyways, out of all of them, I want to see the third party. I'd like to see Emerald re-released for the Nintendo Switch. And my reasoning for that is that the plot of Oris followed more closely to the plot of... well, sort of. Actually, did it? Well, anyways, the point is that from what I remember of Oris and the other games, it followed the plot of like the original Ruby and Sapphire game, depending on which one you got, more than it did Emerald. And the thing with the third-party titles back in that day is that, and this was before, I don't know exactly which generation messed it up, in my opinion. But the third game and title was the one that I found usually had the tighter storyline. So like the storyline for Emerald was pretty much like, yeah, both of these guys are absolute idiots. But you have to go stop them by awakening the dragon god. And it's like, fair. And honestly, that was pretty good. And I mean, I don't remember the storyline for Crystal. I barely played any of the Gen 2 games. I barely played any of the Gen 2 games, so I can't quite talk about the plot for Crystal, but I do remember liking it more than Gold and Silver. I think some of it, I've talked about it before, but like, legendary Pokemon, I think they should be integrated into the story if you're going to have them in a game. So I'm looking at the event-only Pokemon when I'm saying this. Like, very, very much so. I'm looking at the Pokemon that you download, hopefully over the internet with a code, maybe. But it's like, hey, you downloaded this Pokemon. Congratulations, you have a legendary. And it's like, thanks. And the biggest quest of that is just sometimes figuring out how to get your butt to a GameStop. Thanks, GameStop Canada, or rather, Pokemon America, and making it like, oh yeah, if you want this Pokemon, you have to go to a GameStop. I lived in Canada. Like, I was lucky in that the GameStop was a 30-minute bus ride to the mall in town. And by in town, I mean in the outskirts of nowhere. But, like, when I moved to Japan, it's like, oh yeah, you can get this Pokemon by going to a GameStop in this short window. And it's like, dude, I live overseas. So anyways, I have a lot of problems with distribution events that are like, go to a store. So, anyways, I definitely prefer it when, like, I definitely prefer it when a legendary is included in the game no matter what, but you have to work to get it. Like, give me that 1,000 times over sending people to a GameStop. Now, why do they do that? Money, probably. But I don't think it's a good distribution method for the fans. Anyways, back to the point. I think I preferred Crystal over Gold and Silver because of, like, Suicune being a little bit more integrated into the player experience. And, like, that's the word I want to use for Pokemon. Player experience. Like, I mean, if you're playing Pokemon for the story, what? I am a Pokemon fan, and I have been a Pokemon fan for a very long time. But if you're playing Pokemon for the story, I'm still gonna ask you, what are you playing? Like, I am biased in terms of what I want in games, but I think it says something that the games with, like, the game with the tightest story for Pokemon, aside from, like, the Mystery Dungeon games, because I don't know what they are. Like, the tightest Pokemon story that we've had for a very long time, or ever, was Pokemon Legends Arceus. And it took us a long time to get there. So, like, for the player experience, I found that Crystal was much better to Gold and Silver for the time that I did play of it. Mostly because, like, it did try to do that with the legendaries. And, like, you can disagree with me on that. Like, this is my opinion. For me, working the legendaries into the story and into the player experience. God, I'm still going to call it story, even though I'm not playing Pokemon for the story. I'm going to say that outright. And if you are, good luck. What was I talking about? Oh, right. I found Crystal better than the other two. And I found Emerald better than Ruby and Sapphire. Because, I mean, again, like, they integrated Rayquaza into the player experience much better. Rather than, like, hey, here's a tower in the middle of the ocean nearby a city floating on logs. Oops. And, like, that's what it was back in Ruby and Sapphire, pretty much. It's like, yeah, here's Rayquaza. I don't actually remember if Rayquaza even had a part in the story. I think they... anyways, the point is that I don't think it really had a big part in the storyline of Ruby and Sapphire. It wasn't until Emerald where it's like, oh yeah, damn it. Rayquaza is the Pokemon that we created. And, like, say what you want about the goddamn Braille puzzle of the Reggies. At least they made the Reggies available in the game. And, I mean, it was a puzzle in the game, and, like, you would have to work to get those Pokemon, and I think that was a much better way to get people to get those Pokemon. Rather than, because like, if they had done that, well, I mean, starting in the DS era, back when they could actually implement internet trading. I guess they did some mystery code stuff with the Game Boy Advance games, but again, I didn't live in an area that had a GameStop, so if they did do any distribution events like that, I wouldn't know. Or I wouldn't be able to go, like... I don't even know where there would have been a GameStop or an EB Games where I lived. Anyways, I've been ranting about this for about 20 minutes. The point is, the download legendaries don't mean anything to me as a player. I'm gonna have the Pokemon move elsewhere, and I have a theory with that. Yeah, so I kind of want to use that Pokemon to confirm where there are rooms. Anyways. And yeah, like, again, with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I've mentioned this before, but Platinum was the much better storyline. Not even story, quote unquote, but also just the player experience too. Like, the distortion world on the Switch could have been so cool, but we didn't do it. Anyways, I'm not gonna recruit that Goldeen because I literally already have one. Damn it. Okay, small stomach worked. And I mentally got small stomach mixed up with leave half. Anyways, Platinum was the much better story and we were robbed. But anyways, going back to the topic from way long before, games like the games that came out on the one-screen era, I would like to see those re-released for the Nintendo Switch. Like, even leave in the jank and non-fairy types in the game and all of that. Like, leave the bugs in. The bugs of red, blue, and yellow are part of the player experience. Do not deny me the old man glitch. And you don't even have to give me fairy Pokemon. Yeah, one-screen games, I feel like, could be more easily ported to the Switch. Like, definitely figure out the buttons, figure out if you want to remap all of the buttons or not, if you really want to do that to yourself. Remap the buttons, no. Figure out if you really want to, like, adjust the Pokemon levels and types and all that, so they better match what people expect, or just go for the absolute chaos that would be making Gen 9 players realize Gen 1 psychic types being incredibly broken. Like, I think you could leave that in, and I honestly think that if you're going to re-release the games, not remake, re-release, you've got to leave that in for the player experience. But then, like, games that released on 2-screen systems, but were still, like, not entirely using the touchscreen aspect of it, I think those are games that you could do, like, a dual-screen layout of some sort. Like, have the main screen for the game, whichever that is, be large, and then have the secondary screen, again, whichever that one is, be a reduced size, if you want to do it like that, or just have it cut the screen in half. Anyway, stairs. Why am I getting so many fainted Pokemon all of a sudden? Like this one, the previous one? What is going on? Anyways, like, just the original games of, like, a lot of, like, the easy games to re-release, I think you could just re-release them. So, like, a bunch of the Ace Attorney games. For a lot of the Pokemon games, not all of them, I'll talk about that in a minute. But like the Ace Attorney games, you could easily re-release those for the Nintendo Switch, with the exception of the blow into the microphone part. Thanks, Apollo Justice game. Anyways. Just, I don't know, make us rapidly spin the control stick for that. Be creative. But then, games like Pokemon Ranger, Ghost Trick. I mean, we've tried to re-release The World Ends With You to varying degrees of success, which is not. Anyways. Games like that, I think you would have to remake them for the new system. Why can't I hit this Shelgon? How many times did that Shelgon apparently dodge Heat Wave? Anyways, I really don't feel like switching Dazzle. But yeah, anyways, Pokemon Ranger, well, like Pokemon Conquest, you could easily re-release that for the Nintendo Switch. Games like Pokemon Pinball might be a bit harder, but I think you could do that as a re-release. Pokemon Ranger, on the other hand, heavily used the touchscreen then that would be a game that you would have to remake. Also, I just realized I have not been... Wait. Okay, either... Yeah, no, I think I did switch... Wait, yeah, I did switch the goggles. That was just a... Are you shitting me? What is going on? And this wasn't a monster house either? I don't know what's going on. Like, how am I doing for apples? I've got a few more apples. A useless warp seed. Alright, I guess I could go help it. You know, I want to see what this will do. I don't think it'll do much, but... Okay! That was better than expected. Small stomach seems to be pretty good, actually, in that regard. Anyways. Yeah. So, like, Conquest, Pinball, maybe. I think, yeah, they already did the Pokemon Puzzle League. Alright, I've got Food Finder. Which, you had Food Finder, but you couldn't find food for yourself, sir. Sir. Anyways. At the end of the day, the games that I most want to see a remake for are the ones that cannot be re-released simply. So, like, again, one of those games would be Ghost Trick. That's a game that really can't be re-released on the Nintendo Switch without... Oops. Without making it, like, handheld only? Or something like that? Anyways, we're not holding onto this warp seed, it's useless. So yeah, like, one of the main troubles is, like, DS games that did use the touchscreen as part of their gameplay, which, like, good that they did that, but also, definitely makes things a little bit more difficult. So, yeah, anyways, that's my two thoughts about a lot of topics that just randomly went off in directions. I do need to go through my bag. Yeah, actually, let's go through my bag, and fine. I'll use this. And then I'll use this. Although Ice Bank's getting real low too. Wait. Where is that? Oh, come on. Alright, finally. I'll feed you. There you go. The very, very long story short is that I want the Pokemon Company to integrate legendaries more into the gameplay of the games, rather than just making them something to download after going to the Pokemon store. Or worse, GameStop. Because there's not a GameStop in this country! And just like in principle too. Like, I've always hated that. Like, Black and White, I honestly would have probably thought more about Victini if it had been, like, included at all in Black and White, instead of just being a tacked on thing that you... What the hell? What was that? Okay. That was weird. And because it happened off screen, I'll never know what it was. Moving on, I guess. Oh yeah, like Gen 1 focus energy, how it actually like lowered your critical hit chance rather than raising it. Oh man, those games were great. Those games were held together with prayer and glue. And they were amazing for it. Like, if that were something that I could do a computer science, like, thesis on of some sort, I would love to, like, take apart the coding structure for the Pokemon games, like Pokemon Red and Blue, just to see, like, how many things, like, technically occupied the same space, and, like, how many pointers technically pointed to the same thing. Because, like, that was some of the trouble, I think. I think that was how it goes, I think that's how it goes. Like, the game had to unpack and repack so many things whenever they loaded you into a new area, that sometimes things just didn't unpack successfully. Anyways, I need to do this. Like, I'm not using just immediately dead. Anyways. Anyways. I totally got off track there. Not gonna lie. Alright. I know I have a bunch of these, so... Nope. How does this one work in this game? I'm curious enough to pick it up. Anyways, that diversion aside, I have completely forgotten what I was talking about. I know I was complaining about Victini just being like, download this Pokemon and you win. And it's like, no, make me work for the Pokemon. Mostly so I don't have to try to figure out how to get back to the damn store that you make me download. But anyways, I suppose that can't always be the point. Down the stairs and... Oh, okay. So because the fog was covering up the corner, I couldn't see what was in the corner. Wait, is this another fainted Pokemon because of hunger? Are you kidding me? What is going on? Anyway. Oops. Also, I have a Venomoth trying to fight this. Okay. Well, fine. We'll do this. I'm still not finding a single monster house in these dungeons anymore. I really don't know what's going on with this game anymore. Because, like, normally I get at least one per dungeon. That's failed to happen so far. Meaning, well, I mean, kind of the main point right now is that it's... Damn it! It's increasingly hard to get to that triple-digit level that I'm trying to get. God damn it. I'm sure I have something I can swap out for this. Like that eye drop seed. Oh, this is a bad... Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to see what was up in that corner, and it's like, bad tunnels. What is going on with the dungeons recently? What is my RNG with the levels? Might as well go back and eat this apple. So yeah, Food Finder and Small Stomach together are a bad combination in terms of... in terms of being able to actually empty up my bag. Alright, this is really, really weird. I'm getting a ridiculous number of fainted Pokemon in these dungeons now, and I don't know why. Do I get a Skitty? Yes. Was that missing? Yes. Do I want blast control on it? Not really. But anyways, I guess. So yeah, anyways, in my opinion, legendary Pokemon that... Oh, I don't want this apple anyways. Legendary Pokemon that were just like, oh yeah, download... Download it from the store that you have to get to somehow. Never mind if you don't live near one. Because the journey of getting a game is an actual physical journey. Yeah, so Pokemon like that, they left no impression on me. Partly because, like, I was the sort of player that was like, I don't feel like using legendaries just for the sake of legendaries. It's like, Victini was just a Pokemon that existed. Like, it had no story in the game. And, like, that's one of the things with the download legendaries, as I'm gonna keep calling them. It doesn't matter what generation they're introduced in, at the end of the day. Like, they made no impact on that generation in terms of gameplay, player experience, story, if you want to call it that in Pokemon. They left no impression in that generation. Like, at the very least, Manaphy was weird. To get Manaphy, you had to have a Pokemon Ranger. And that became like, oh hey, you found a weird egg washed up on the beach, or something like that. And it's like, that was a slightly more interesting way to introduce the most expensive DLC Pokemon. There we go, DLC Pokemon. That's what I'm gonna call them. Because that's what they were. Also, alright. That'll be fine now. So anyways, DLC Pokemon, or gimmick Pokemon, at the end of the day. There may still be something ahead, but do you want to escape from the dungeon? Again, like, that's a weird message, and I'm getting it on this dungeon, which it makes some sense to get it with this dungeon. But I've also had it with dungeons where it's like, yeah. Anyways. Oh, there's the little apple. Oh, that's what it was. I'm gonna stay. Because I think I'm almost done. What is going on? Why are there so many fainted Pokemon in this game all of a sudden? I don't understand what's going on in this game. Because I don't think in this dungeon and the previous dungeon, I've had so many fainted Pokemon show up. Oh wait, never mind. Like, is that the game's way of telling me I need to move on with the goddamn plot? Or something? I don't get it. Do I need a squad up Pokemon? Alright, the swine-up has sales pitch, and that's entirely dependent on being able to find... Damn it. Like, the usefulness of that particular quality means being able to find a damn Kecleon room, and I've gone multiple dungeons in a row without having a Kecleon room, so just... And now we'll be swapping out a whole bunch of stuff. Apologies for this, but... Yes, that one. Whoopsie. Alright, now I'll get rid of this plain seed that I've been carrying around. Because with small stomach it actually becomes a good item. Alright, and there we go. We did Wyvern Hill, and we still didn't break... I mean, we didn't break 98 and get to 99. Anyways, we got a Goldeen at least. I think I'm actually going to hold on to this Venomoth with Food Finder because I don't know how many Pokemon I have that have that ability. But yeah, like the Miltank with Squad Up. Well, actually, I don't know what a Miltank is like in this game. Anyways, we get to sit through this menu a whole bunch. Okay, this might be a good time to talk about it in terms of streaming, but it is going to become a little bit difficult for me playing this game off stream the closer and closer we get to that next level. So like, yeah, sometimes I play this game in my off time because, again, it's a podcast game. I can put on a podcast, I can put on other streams, I can put on anything else, and just like have this go, like, brain off, and play it. But when I get to a milestone that I'd like to have on stream, it means I have to stop playing it until the next time I stream. So it's a dilemma, and, well, can't really help it. But anyways, that's about, right, there we go. Oh, look who's in the background. I'm just going to keep you on the screen until I'm good and done. Oh, I already had a subtract. Alright. Is there anything I actually want to take out? Nothing I can really think of, if I'm honest. Oh, fine. Horrific sounds of eating. Alright, so I'm not going to take out any more apples after that. We're still going to keep trying to do this, so... But I'm going to take a short break. Just to get my bearings for a bit, and... Yeah, anyways, I'm going to take a short break, so have a minute.